Good to see you again. Well, I can't actually see you, but I think you know what I mean. Good to see that you're working through the materials here so that you can do the best that you can on this first assignment. I get it. It's pretty scary starting uni again, possibly the first time in many, many years, and then having an assignment due before you've even had a class. So good for you doing the best that you can by engaging with these materials. So with this little video, I just want to give you some guidance around how to approach the journey mapping task. Now, the first thing to have in your heads here is that the tasks are not an end unto themselves. What I'm looking for here is the insights you get from doing the task as opposed to how well or how pretty the task itself looks. So over here you can see I've actually just put on my wall here a copy of the slide. So this is the template that you're working to, and you've been asked to map the process of making a decision in an organization and identifying the stakeholders that are involved in that decision, and also identifying the emotional elements of the journey. So I'm going to use a bigger piece of paper to demo doing a slightly different task here. What I'm actually asking you, what I'm going to do is demo what the process is for me going to my local supermarket to pick up some fruit and vegetable or something that I have been missing. The other thing that the material shows you is this chart here. I've just printed it out from the materials. This comes straight from the Liedeke and Ogilvy textbook. And basically provides another methodology for doing this. Well, not another methodology, but a different template for working to. As long as you're capturing all of the information that we need in this task, I have no issue at all with you using the other template. Or you can just draw up something like the one that I've got here, whatever works for you. So, all right, let us continue. Okay, sorry, just needed to get my camera to focus on me. All about me, all about me. So let me just go through the task as I see it. So let's say that I am at home in my kitchen and I want to do some cooking. So basically I'm all ready. I'm at my house, I've got my chef's hat on, I'm all ready to go. My location here is physically in my house. In fact, what I might do is I'll move this down to let me actually show how this map is working. I've got these couple of little diagrams here to remember what's in each of the swim lanes. This is the location. This is about the feelings that I have or the other stakeholders have. And these are the technologies, systems, or other things that I'm using. So I'm in the house, got my chef's hat on, I'm all ready to start cooking. So kitchen is the kind of technology that I'm using, and I realize that I have run out of ingredients. So the next piece of technology I need is I need to get in my car because I am going to have to move myself over to the shops. How do I feel about this? Chances are I'm feeling relatively grumpy. I probably started off happy, but I'm feeling relatively grumpy at the moment because personally, I don't actually like going to the shops, especially for grocery shopping. It's not my idea of a good time. When I get there, I've got to look for parking. So parking can be an absolute nightmare at my local shopping centre. That usually doesn't help my mood. From there, I have to walk from the car park into the shops themselves. Then I need to find myself a trolley to put my groceries in. That usually requires me to put a coin in. The way that they work in Australia is you tend to, in order to borrow a trolley, that you put your fruit and vegetables in, I need to put a coin in as a deposit and I get that coin back at the end. Of course, I never seem to have coins with me. It's a $1 or a $2 coin, so it's not a lot of money, but it's enough that you want to get it back. And I'm a woman, right? Our clothes don't come with pockets, so I might have my handbag or my disposable bags with me, but I got to grope around, I got to find that. So often I'm getting, I'm having to run somewhere and get some change. that makes me quite grumpy. The next stage that I need to go through is I know the thing that I'm missing from my cooking, but what I'll be wanting to do is look at my list. So my family, we use an app on our phones that when people have noticed that there's something that we've run out of, they put it on the shopping list so that the person who's going shopping, all of us share the same shopping list. It's quite a good solution. I usually feel a little bit happy when I remember that. But then I look at the list and chances are nobody has updated it. So, of course, I've come with a list that isn't complete, and that makes me a little bit grumpy as well. So, in fact, I've drawn my little grumpy face here with some little steam coming out of the ears just to demonstrate just how grumpy I am. So then I go through, I do the shopping, and in Australia now, most of the shops will not offer you any plastic bags. So the problem I always have is, do I have enough of my reusable bags with me? I think it's a great thing that we don't use plastic bags very often. I think that's great for the environment. So I usually feel quite good when I have enough disposable bags with me, but then there's the whole sorting it out. How do you know how many you need before you leave home? So the bags are part of the process there. Then I have to walk back with my full trolley, whether it's in the bags or not, to my car. Again, what's happening there? One of the things I find that the layout in the particular shopping centre that I go to, it's quite difficult. There are long rows of cars, not many places to get in between them. And the bays where you return your trolley, often they're quite difficult to find, they're quite a long walk away, and quite often there isn't another trolley from the same shop that I've been to, and so I'm returning my trolley, but I'm not getting my coin that I had to go to all that effort to get back. So again, that's affecting my mood. I've got lots of grumpy mood here. I didn't actually write enough of them down, but so more grumpy mood there. Next piece of technology I use is I get back in my car to return to my house. So then I end up with the basics of my map. So I've got the general journey of what happened. Now it's time for looking for the insights. So one of the things that I can do here, and one of the things you're asked to do, is I've just mapped my mood here. But maybe what I need to do is identify who the other shopkeepers are. So for example, I'll just highlight on this part where I was getting change. Okay, I'm grumpy about getting change. But imagine how the cashier feels every day with people coming to her or him asking for change for the trolleys. I mean, they're trying to get their job done, they're trying to deal with customers, and then people are coming from the other side and asking them for change. So I think that that's probably quite a low point in their day as well, and they find that quite frustrating. Similarly, when we get to the stage with the disposable bags, the cashier there, again, I think cashiers probably on the whole feel quite happy about the bags because they feel like they're making their contribution to the environment. So can you see what I'm doing here? It's not, granted, the most complex or interesting journey map to consider. But what I can do here is by not only mapping out the physical places that we go, and the technologies that we deploy, also mapping the feelings and how they connect, grumpiness to the app here, provides some sort of insight as to, okay, the app is only going so far to sort my problem, requires something else. In other words, my family actually remembering to use it. So that gives me insight into different issues, and as a consequence, a further deeper understanding of that problem that I'm trying so hard to fall in love with. So your task then is to map out a particular problem. So, and you've been asked to focus on decision making in an organization, who the stakeholders are, where the decision needs to go, or where the observation needs to be shared, how it's communicated, what the feelings are you communicating using your voices, in meetings, face-to-face, or are you using technologies like mobile or email or Slack or in-house chat? And what observations and insights do you get from mapping out each of the steps, what's involved, and in particular, what the human feeling is? So once we take those things, we can take it into our map there. Sorry, you're seeing my son's bedroom behind us, and I don't think he's made his bed. Ouch. So what we're doing here is we can map out who the parties are. So is it me? Is it my boss? Who's the responsible party at each step? What their emotional response is. And you can do that with emoticons, drawings, any kind of visualization. You don't have a lot of room on this slide for lots and lots of words. This is just a process for collecting data. So the process is just the beginning. It's the insights that you get from the data that will make you a great design thinker. So we'll map this out, and then all of you will be coming and joining your Collaborative Learning Network, your CLN, and you'll be able to share your insights for that process and see what those insights can add to a deeper understanding of how creativity and autonomy, thinking outside the box, works in Vietnam-based organizations. So you can take those insights when you're exploring your wicked problem as a group. Questions, concerns, compliments, insights, including how I get my son to clean his room, feel free to share them. I look forward to talking about this with you face to face really soon. Cheers.